Hello viewer, I am Ghanshyam and welcome all of you to the electric neuron. Today we are going to discuss about the series resonance circuit in the network theory. This is a very basic in our electrical engineering, and in the previous lectures we have already discussed about the series and parallel RLC and the combination of RLC circuit. Okay, so in this lectures we are going to discuss about the series resonance circuit. Those are very important to your examination like GATE, ESC, RRB and SSC, and also it is very important to your university exam to write the basic of the network theory question. Okay, so before starting our video lectures, I want to tell you that if you like the video, please share to your friend and also subscribe to this channel so that you will get immediate notification whenever I will upload a new video. Okay, so let's get started our video. See the resonance. So before starting our series resonance and parallel resonance, I want to tell you that what is about the resonance. So what is resonance? Resonance is the condition when the inductive reactance, that is XL, and the capacitive reactance, when inductive reactance and capacitive reactance are same and they are cancel each other in a particular network. Okay, so in that condition we will call that element is a resonance condition. Okay, so when the voltage of inductive element and the voltage of capacitive element are in phase with each other and they are cancelled to each other, then that condition is also called as a resonance condition. Okay, so let read the resonance, basic of resonance, that is resonance. Okay, so see, for occurrence of the resonance in any system, two energy are required. That means here the voltage source is one energy and current source is another energy. But here in this circuit, the energy, that means storing energy. Okay, storing element. Okay, so here resistance is the energy dissipating element and inductor and capacitor are the two storing element. Okay, so we require two energy are required. In the RLC circuit, inductor is having energy in the form of magnetic field, so inductor store energy in the form of magnetic field, and the capacitor store the energy in the form of electric field. Okay, so when those two energy are present, at a particular frequency, wide variation are present in the system is called the resonance. That means if two elements, that means inductance and capacitance value are present, or inductive and capacitive element are present in the system, then that system have a resonance condition or wide variety of frequency range. Okay, so the circuit is said to be resonance when source current is in phase with the source voltage. Whenever there is a source current, this source current I is in phase with the source voltage, then only this series or parallel network is called as resonance. Okay, so when that parallel or series circuit is called resonance, whenever there is a voltage across the inductor and voltage across the capacitor is same, or voltage across the reactance across the inductive and reactance across the capacitive element is same, then only we call that element is at the resonance condition. Okay, so the frequency at which XL is equal to XC, inductive reactance is equal to capacitive reactance is equal to the resonance frequency. Okay, and the resonance frequency predicate the rate at which energy transfer is done between the inductor and capacitor. That means energy will be transferred in between the inductance and capacitance. Okay, it is clear to you? If not clear to you, then ask me in the comment section, I will clarify your doubt. Now come to the phasor diagram. See, in this series circuit we have already studied in the parallel or series circuit in SC circuit. Okay, so in case of series we are taking the current as our phasor and voltage is your phasor in the parallel circuit. Okay, so here we are taking series circuit, that's why we are taking here only current as our phasor diagram. Okay, or reference phasor. So voltage across the resistance is in same phase with the current, so VR is here, and the voltage across the inductor will lead the current by 90 degree. So voltage across inductor is here in 90 degree to the current, and voltage across the capacitor is 90 degree lag the current, that's why it is here. And the voltage across the inductor is equal to the voltage across the capacitance at the resonance condition. So the two value or two magnitude VL and VC are same, okay, and are opposite in direction, so that's why they are cancel each other. VL minus VC is equal to 0, so only VR is there. So current and voltage are in phase with each other. So this is our resultant voltage and current phasor, okay. So here current is in reference phase and the voltage VR is equal to V, total voltage. How? Because of VL is equal to VC, so VL minus VC is equal to 0. By applying the KVL in this equation, that means total voltage is equal to voltage across resistance plus voltage across the inductance plus voltage across the capacitance. Okay, so this is our KVL, summation of all the voltage meeting at a point or meeting at in a closed loop is equal to 0. So source voltage is equal to voltage across resistance and its phase angle is 0. I have already told you that phase angle of the voltage across the resistance and current is 0, and voltage across the inductance is VL with a 90 degree phase angle with the current, and here VC is the capacitance voltage and it is minus 90 degree because of the in minus direction it will be 90 degree shifted, okay. So that's why VC minus 90 degree. So here VC is equal to VL at the resonance, okay. VC is equal to VL. So what is VC? VC is equal to I into capacitive reactance, VL is equal to I into inductive reactance. So I into XC. What is XC? XC is 1 by omega C. So we have already known the formula. XC is equal to 1 divided by omega C or 1 divided by 2 pi FC. Omega is equal to 2 pi F, okay. So put here X is equal to 1 by omega C and XL is equal to what? Omega L, that is 2 pi FL, okay. So put here XL is equal to omega L, and here in the both the direction, that means in the both the side the current is same, that's why current will be cancel each other, and 1 by omega L is equal to 1 by omega C, omega L is equal to 1 by omega C. So take omega L to this side, then omega square into L C is equal to 1. Now omega square in the left hand side and right hand side 1 divided by LC will be transferred to the denominator side. So here LC. So now take omega, take root over of omega square and 1 divided by LC square, that means take root over in the both the side, then you will get 1 divided by root over of LC. So this is the resonance frequency, that is 1 divided by root over of LC in the radian per second unit, okay. Or omega 0 we have already know, omega is equal to 2 pi F, or omega 0 is equal to 2 pi F0. Okay, so F0 is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root over of LC Hertz. So it is the resonance frequency that is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root over of inductance and capacitance, and its unit is Hertz, okay. Now come to the next slide, that is impedance. Total impedance is equal to all the reactive element and the So total impedance is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. So this is the resistance and inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. So we have already know the inductive reactance and capacitive reactance are in same and are in opposite direction to each other. So XL minus XC is equal to 0, and here only R is left, so impedance is equal to resistance because it is in series with each other. So that's why Z minimum is equal to R, and I maximum that is equal to V divided by Z minimum. So if Z is minimum, then current is maximum. It is inversely proportional to the Z minimum. That's why if Z is minimum, current is maximum. So whenever Z is maximum, then current is minimum. So it is in opposite to each other. Okay. So V divided by Z minimum, or you can also write V divided by R because of Z minimum is equal to R. We have already calculated from this equation only. Okay. and cos theta, that is power factor. Cos theta is equal to 1 because Vr is equal to V, that means cos theta is equal to 1. Here no reactive elements, that's why the power factor is equal to 1, that is unity power factor, and Vr is equal to V, that is source voltage is equal to voltage across the resistance. Because of the voltage across the inductance and voltage across the capacitance are in same magnitude and are in opposite direction to each other, so that's why they are cancelled to each other in phasor. So here Vr is equal to V and net reactive voltage is equal to 0 and voltage across the inductor and voltage across the capacitor greater than the source voltage if and only if the voltage across the capacitor and the voltage across the inductor, okay, are greater than the source voltage, then this phenomena is called the voltage magnification. So this is the condition. If VL is greater than V or Vc is greater than V, then that condition is called the voltage magnification. Okay. So now see some application of the series resonance. So series resonance is used in the designing of oscillator, LC oscillator circuit like that. Okay, and it is used in the filter circuit like band pass filter, band reject or band stop filter like that. Okay, and also it is used in tuning circuit and used in induction heating. Okay, so this is the figure of the series resonance circuit, voltage, resistance, inductance and capacitance. So Vc is equal to we have known that according to the Ohm's law, I into Xc. So let take one case at frequency f is equal to 0. When frequency f is equal to 0, that means xl is equal to 2 pi fl. So here if f is equal to 0, that means this frequency is equal to 0. So 0 into something, that means 0 into 2 pi is equal to 0. So xl is equal to 0 like that. Xc is equal to what? Xc is equal to 1 by omega c, and 1 by omega c, that means 1 by 2 pi fc, 2 pi fc. So if f is equal to 0 here, that means 1 divided by 0 is equal to xc. So 1 divided by 0 is what? Infinity. So x is equal to infinity. Okay, and the net reactance is equal to x, that is equal to xl minus xc ka magnitude. So xl is equal to 0 minus xc ka magnitude, that means infinity minus of infinity ro magnitude. So minus of infinity is infinity. So z is equal to infinity. Impedance is very high. So I is equal to, you already know, I is indirectly proportional to 1 divided by z, or I is indirectly proportional to z. So if z is equal to infinity, then 1 divided by infinity is what? 0. So I is equal to 0. Okay, please remember that whenever the frequency is equal to 0, then inductive reactance is equal to 0, capacitive reactance is equal to infinity, and the x, total x is equal to infinity. So z is also infinity and I is 0. Okay, if I is equal to 0, then Vc, voltage across the capacitance, is equal to V. Okay, now take another case, that is the case number 2, when frequency increases to some value. So we increase the frequency. If xl is increased, then frequency is increased, then it is directly proportional to frequency in xl. So xl is also increased. If frequency is decreased in the capacitive reactance, it is inversely proportional to frequency. So if frequency is increased, then xc will be decreased. Okay, so here in the inductive case, the inductive reactance will be increased from 0 to 10. And in the capacitive reactance, it will be decreased from the infinity to 100. Okay, and the total reactance x is equal to xl minus xc ka magnitude, that is 100 minus 10 is equal to 90. Okay, so it will be decreased from the infinity to 90. If z is increased, x is increased, then z is also increased. So if z is increased, current is inversely proportional to impedance, so current will be increased. Okay, and if current is increased, I is equal to B divided by R. If current is increased, voltage is also increased. So here voltage is also increased, that is I into XC. Okay, and see the diagram. So this is the voltage across the capacitance diagram, that is VC, which is leading the current by 90 degree, and it is the diagram of VL, that is lagging the current by 90 degree. Okay, so at the midpoint of crossing point of the VL and VC, there is resonance frequency F0. This is the maximum condition where VL is equal to VC. Okay, and before that, before F0, it behave like a capacitance. After F0, it behave like a inductive circuit. Okay, so this is the frequency line and this is the voltage line. Okay, now see another most important point, voltage magnification can't be done in RL and RC circuit because in this only one stirring element is present, inductor and capacitance. But in case of RLC, voltage magnification present because in the circuit two stirring device present at the time of voting, always present because of the inductor stir, capacitor discharge, and when capacitor charge, inductance discharge. So voting always present, that's why it is a voltage magnification occur only the RLC circuit, not RL and RC circuit. Okay, now take the case number 3. In case number 3, frequency is increased much more than that frequency, previous case number 2 frequency. Okay, so if increase, then XL is also increased and XC will be decreased very large. Okay, so XL will be increased from the 10 to infinity and XC will be decreased from the 100 to very less, that means 100 to 0 like. Okay, and Z is, you have already know, that is R plus J XL minus XC. If XL minus XC that is equal to 0, then R will be also increases and I, according to that, I is also increases. So if I is increases and XC is decreases, then VC will be constant. So at constant voltage in the capacitance, XC will be decreases, current will be increases. Okay, according to that, VC is equal to V into XC divided by root over of R square plus XL minus XC square. Now VC is equal to V, so XC is equal to 1 divided by omega C divided by root over of R square, and XL is equal to omega L minus XC is equal to 1 divided by omega C square. This is the equation number 1. Now differentiate for omega and equate to the voltage V equal to 0. So differentiate this equation and equate to 0, then we will get FC is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root over of LC, root over of 1 minus R square C divided by 2L. Now plot for the inductor VL, that is VL is equal to I into XL, so that XL is equal to 2 pi FL and XC is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FC. Now see, for the case number 1, frequency will be 0, so XL is equal to 0 and XC is equal to infinity. So total net reaction X is equal to XL minus XC, that is equal to infinity, and impedance is equal to LC infinity. So if infinity, then current is inversely proportional to the impedance, so current is equal to 0 and voltage is equal to 0, VL is equal to 0. So it is short circuit, so inductive element is short circuited here. And in the case number 2, frequency will be increases very less, so XL is increases and XC will be decreases. So X is equal to XL minus XC. So if XL is increases very less and XC will be decreases 100 ohm, then it will be decreases, because of the it is 100 ohm, it is 10 ohm, then 90, the magnitude is minus 90, but here total is minus 10 90 plus 90. Okay, so if Z is in decreases, so Z is inversely proportional to current, so current will be increases, like that voltage is also increases, क्योंकि voltage of inductor is directly proportional to the current, so voltage increases according to the current will be increases. Take case number 3, that is frequency will be increases more and more, then XL will be increases and XC will be decreases. So Z is equal to, we have already know, that is R plus J XL minus XC. So if XC will be decreases very much more and XL will be increases, then XL is greater than the XC, so XL minus XC is increases. So total Z will be increases, so I will be decreases. If I will be decreases, I and V voltage is directly proportional, so that voltage is also decreases. Okay. Now VL is equal to I into XL, so VL is equal to V, that is I value V divided by root over of R square plus XL minus XC square. Okay, and XL is as like as in that case. So XL is equal to omega L and XC is equal to 1 divided by omega C. This is the equation number 2. Now come to the quality factor. So quality factor is also very important terms. It can be asked in the question like 2 to 4 mark. Okay, so please read all those points carefully. So let's see. Quality factor is the ratio of the maximum energy stored in the circuit to the power dissipation per cycle. And quality factor is defined only for the under resonance condition. Whenever there is a resonance condition, then only we can apply the quality factor formula. Okay, so quality factor is equal to maximum energy stored divided by power dissipation per cycle. So if we take the current IT is equal to Im sin omega t, this is the maximum Im, and the sin omega t is the sinusoidal, that's why sin omega t AC current. Okay, and Vc is equal to 1 divided by C, voltage across the capacitance is equal to 1 divided by C integration of current IT, that is instantaneous current dt, or that is equal to 1 divided by C integration of Im sin omega t from this equation number 1 only dt. After the integrating the sin omega t, then we will get Vct is equal to minus of Im, because of the sin omega t integration, that is minus of cos omega t, and omega is the in the denominator side, that is minus of Im divided by omega c cos omega t. This is the equation number 2. Okay, it is clear to you. So for that we have already discussed the integration and derivative part of the basic. So use all the mathematical formula to calculate this equation. Okay, so total energy stored in the RLC circuit, that is omega G is equal to half Li square, that is inductor energy stored, and this is capacitor energy stored, that is half Cv square Bc square. So we do not take resistance energy, because of the resistor do not store energy, resistance only dissipate the energy. Okay, so that's why we cannot added here. Okay, so total energy stored, that is omega G is equal to half L I, put the value of I, that is Im sin omega t square plus half C Vc, that is Im divided by omega c cos omega t from this equation number 2 only. Okay, and omega G is equal to, that is total energy stored is equal to half L Im square sin square omega t plus half C Im square, squaring the both the point, that is Im square divided by omega square and C square cos omega t cos square omega t. Okay, and we have already know that omega square is equal to 1 divided by LC and L is equal to 1 divided by omega square C. So omega G is equal to half L Im square sin square omega t and half L Im square cos square omega t. Because of omega G is equal to 1 divided by 2 L Im square and omega G is equal to half CVM square. So here put this equation here, then only we will get half L Im square cos square omega t. And this is the condition of resonance. This. Now come to the actual definition or actual formula of the quality factor, that is maximum energy stored in the power dissipation per cycle, that is half L Im square. This is the maximum energy stored in the power stored to the power dissipation divided by per cycle, that is the per cycle 1 divided by omega, and this is the power dissipation, that is I square R. So here Im is the maximum energy, so here we are taking the RMS value only. Okay, so that's why Im divided by root 2 square into R. So after cancelling the Im square and Im square in the denominator and denominator side, that is half L Im square divided by Im square divided by 2 into R and divided by omega. So after cancelling the 2 and 2 here, then we will get Q, that is quality factor is equal to omega L divided by R. So put equation A. Now see, the equation number A, that is omega is equal to 1 divided by LC. So put this equation A in the equation number 1 in this equation, then only we will get Q is equal to 1 divided by LC in the numerator side, L divided by R. So we are extracting 1 divided by R and multiplying the another root over of L in the both the denominator and numerator side, then L into root over of L divided by root over of LC into root over of L. So here root over of L and root over of L, 2 root over of L in the denominator side, so root over of L into root over of L is root over that is L. So in the numerator side and denominator side there is root over of L, so cancel each other in the numerator and denominator side, that is L and L. So only the left part is 1 divided by R root over of LC. So this is the total quality factor 1 divided by R root over of LC. Okay, and the quality factor is equal to omega L divided by R, that is XL divided by R, and IXL divided by R, and VL divided by R. That is reactive element in the numerator side and the active element in the that is yes, active element in the denominator side. Okay, like that remember. Or Q is equal to VL divided by VR, that is VL divided by VR is equal to V, that's why we are taking here V. Okay, or if we take the voltage, Q is equal to VL or VC divided by V, or if we take the power, QL is equal to XL divided by R, that is I square XL divided by I square R, that is power dissipation across the resistor and power dissipation across the inductor. The reactive power divided by active power. So quality factor is equal to reactive power, that is inductive reactive power divided by active power, like that. XC divided by R, so XC value is 1 divided by omega C into R, and quality factor is equal to XL or XC divided by R, that is XL is equal to XC. Okay. To design the circuit with efficiency, okay, low power loss will be required and high quality factor will be selected. And to obtain the high bandwidth, circuit is designed with the low quality factor. So if quality factor is greater than 1 and XL is greater than R and XC will be greater than R, then quality factor is equal to 1 divided by P, that is active power or power loss, that is I square R, or quality factor is inversely proportional to the bandwidth. Okay. Now come to the bandwidth. So what is bandwidth? So when the curve is drawn between the current and the frequency, then the curve is called as the resonance curve, and bandwidth is the range of the frequency on either side of the resonance frequency when the current fall from the maximum value to the 70.7% of the maximum value. Okay, and it is given by bandwidth is equal to f2 minus f1. See, this is the higher cutoff frequency and this is the lower cutoff frequency and this is the resonance frequency. From the resonance frequency to the higher frequency, that is lagging in nature, and from the cutoff frequency or resonance frequency to the lower cutoff frequency, that is in leading nature. Okay, so from lagging nature to leading nature, it will be differentiate. If we will differentiate, then we will get bandwidth. So this is the bandwidth. Okay, and this is the maximum or peak current, and the medium point is the maximum divided by root 2, that is 70% of high maximum. Okay. So now see, if Z is equal to R, then frequency, that is equal to Im F0 at the maximum point I maximum, or F1 F2 at the point I maximum divided by root 2. Okay, Z is equal to root 2 into R. So Z is increases by root 2. Here Im is less by root 2. So if F0, then cos theta is equal to 1, and F1 F2, then Z is equal to R plus minus Jx. So Z is equal to root over of R square plus X square, that is X square value is that R only. So R plus R, that is 2R, After taking root over, then we will get root over of 2 into r. So x is equal to r, and x is equal to xl minus xc. So xl is equal to 2 pi fl and x is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi fc. And f1 is equal to at frequency f1, xc is greater than xl, so it is a x is equal to negative, so it is in capacitive in nature, and in f2 xl is greater than xc, so it is in positive, so it is inductive in nature. Okay, so see, z is equal to r minus jxl and x is equal to r at the frequency f1 and f2, and the impedance angle, that is tan inverse reactive part divided by active part, minus of x divided by r, so that's why is equal to minus of 45 degree, and I is equal to b angle 0 and z is angle minus 45 degrees. So b we are taking minus 45 degree to the numerator side, then only you will get positive 45 divided by z. So power factor angle is plus 45, that's why power factor is equal to cos 45 is equal to 1 divided by root 2. So it is leading in nature. So at the frequency f1 it is leading in nature, so in that case it is leading in nature. So like that in the f2, z is equal to r plus jx, x is equal to r in the frequency f1 and f2. So impedance angle, that is tan inverse x divided by r, so x divided by r is equal to plus 45 degree and power factor is equal to minus of 45 degree. So power factor is equal to cos minus of 45 degree is equal to 1 divided by root 2, and it is in lagging in nature. So xl is greater than xc, so at the frequency f2 it will be lagging in nature. Okay, so here inductive reactance is greater than capacitive reactance, and f1 xc is greater than xl, that is xc minus xl is equal to r, 1 divided by omega 1 c is equal minus omega 1 l is equal to r, and at the frequency f2 xc is greater than xl is greater than xc, and xl minus xc is equal to r. So omega 2 l minus omega c, 1 divided by omega c is equal to r. Okay, and the two resonance frequency omega 1 and omega t is equal to 1 by LC, and omega 0 square is equal to 1 divided by LC. Now equating the equation number 3 and 4, then we will get omega 0 is equal to omega 1 and omega 2, and omega 0 is equal to the root over of omega 1 and omega 2, and frequency f0, that is resonance frequency, is equal to f1 and f2 for the resonance cutoff frequency. And after adding the equation number 1 and 2, we will get 1 divided by omega 1 c minus omega 1 l plus omega 2 l minus 1 divided by omega 2 c is equal to 2r. So those equation number 1 and 2, this 1 divided by omega 1 c minus omega 1 l in the left hand side, here also in the equation number 2, that is omega 2 l minus omega c, 1 divided by omega c, adding both the equation in the left hand side and adding both the equation in the right hand side, then only we will get this 1 divided by c, 1 divided by omega n minus 1 divided by omega 2 plus l, omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to 2r. So after taking the LCM and HCF, 1 divided by c, omega 2 minus omega 1, omega 1 into omega 2 plus l, omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to 2r, and l, omega 2 minus omega 1 plus l, omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to 2r. After taking this into this side and this side, multiplying both the side. Okay, then 2l is equal to omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to 2r, and l is equal to omega 2 minus omega l into omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to r. Okay, so from equation number 3, l is equal to 1 divided by omega 2 omega 1, and omega 1 omega 2 is equal to 1 divided by LC, that's why we are putting here LC. Okay, and the bandwidth is omega 2 minus omega 1, that is r divided by l, and bandwidth is equal to f2 minus f1, that is r divided by 2 pi l hertz. Now take one problem related to the series RLC resonance, that is here resonance. In that case, 2 voltage is given with the current flowing, resistance value 0.5 ohm and the inductance 1 Henry, capacitance 1 farad is given. So voltage across the coil will be asking here. So voltage across the resistance is equal to voltage total voltage, that is equal to 2, and IR is equal to 2, that is voltage total current is equal to 2 divided by R. So 2 divided by R value is given, that is 0.5. So after cancelling each other, then we will get 4 ampere HI. So omega 0 is equal to 1 divided by root over of LC, we have already know. So put the value of L, that is 1 Henry, and put the value of C, that is 1 farad. So 1 divided by root over of 1 into 1, that is 1, and XL is equal to omega 0 L. Omega 0 value is given, that is G1, and L value is given here 1. So multiplying, then we will get XL is equal to 1. Like that VL is equal to I into XL. So I value is given 4, we have already calculated that 4, and XL is equal to what? 1. So 4 into 1 is 4, and the voltage across the coil is equal to root over of that voltage across the resistance square plus voltage across the inductance square. So after calculating this, we will get voltage across the coil is equal to root over of 20. So this is the answer. So for today, that's it. If you have any doubt, then ask me in the comment section. Thank you for today.